How's it going?
So, Mikey, how are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
You showed
Thank
off your running ability a little bit. Was that just kind of a spur of the moment? You know you got some yards in front of you thing, or was that kind of a objective coming into the game that you wanted to show your wheels a little bit?
I mean, it's kind of been an objective since I've started playing. I wanted to establish the run game, help out our offense a little bit, because me being another factor for the defense to consider could always just help our offense out. So coming into the game, I wanted to try and get a little run game established for myself, and once I kind of saw the end zone, I didn't want anything to stop me from getting in it.
Yeah, break down that play. What did you see and what happened there? And then you reached out for the end zone. What happened on that play?
I just felt the end's body language. Felt him kind of squeeze a little bit. Knew that it would have been better for me to pull it and try and get the first down on my own. And then after that, I saw a lane, and from then on, it was kind of just a race to the end zone. So that's what I was thinking the whole time.
From your perspective, obviously, as any quarterback, is your kind of leader back there too. But from your perspective, going into next week, you got the rivalry game. What sort of challenge does that add to your leadership role, so to speak?
Everything just has to be on point next week. Everyone's got to be locked in for the whole week, especially due to it being a shorter week. So we got to evaluate the film, get better from our mistakes, and be ready to roll, because anything can happen in rivalry games, and this is a huge rivalry. So everyone's super excited for this one. This is a big one.
As a quarterback, how would you grade Ryan's touchdown pass?
Oh, I mean, I told him he was saying that he underthrew it a little bit, but I told him those are the hardest passes when someone's just that wide open. So as long as he got the completion and then the touchdown, it was awesome. I was so happy for him. That was awesome.
Mikey, what can you say about Parker and what he's been able to do? Last week got a touchdown, first ever at SMU, made some plays out there again tonight. Just what kind of season is Parker having now that he's getting a chance to play?
I'm so happy for Parker, because just the entire offseason, the work ethic that he established throughout the entire offseason, it was the standard for the entire team, honestly. I like to be around him because he pushes everyone. He pushes me to be better. And just what he does throughout the entire year, he just never complains about everything, and he was a guy who just waited for his opportunity, and now that he's getting it, he's making the most of it. So I'm super proud of him and just happy for what's happening for him, because he's definitely worked for it and put the work in behind it.
How did Johnny's play today impact the work that you had to do on the field?
Johnny makes it a lot easier for me. I mean, he's explosive back, and he's explosive coming out of the backfield catching passes as well. He had that touchdown catch. But Johnny just adds another element to our offense that can get a quick play started with nothing. So he's just very electric, and, I mean, anyone would like that on their offense. So he's just very helpful.
Mike, you're talking about Parker again. Obviously, you guys probably would be close anyway. You're same quarterback room, but you both are from Arizona. Are you maybe having a kinship that way, or being Arizona guys?
We relate. When I was here for my first time, a little bit homesick and things like that, and I could talk to him about things that I missed from back home, and we could relate with each other with things like that, people that we know. But honestly, we didn't really know each other until it was like 3 days before he left. We trained at the same Ignite Performance back home, and we actually got a workout in together. So it was super cool getting to work out with him, and then he was going to college, and I was getting ready to start my senior season. So a lot's changed since then. But no, Parker's a great guy.
I think this is your 7th or 8th start. How much more comfortable are you, since your first one? How have you grown?
I just have experience. I learned from the mistakes that I've made, and just the preparation throughout the week. That's probably the biggest factor, just understanding what I'm going to get, understanding how to handle situations better. Honestly, just learning from my mistakes is the biggest thing that I can take away, trying to limit turnovers, and that's the biggest thing, honestly.
Mike, you just mentioned next week being a big rivalry. I know you're not from the area, so you must have heard about it from teammates. What do you know about the war on I-4, and how important is it to this team to try to beat those guys from?
I've seen some clips from the 2017 year where UCF and USF were going back and forth at it. That was a crazy game with the kick return to end the game. So I watched highlights on that, and I just understand. Rivalry games are huge. This is our biggest rival, in my opinion. So I'm just super excited to be introduced to it, and ready to get this thing rolling for next week.
Over the course of the season, how has your chemistry grown with Ryan and Brandon?
It's grown tremendously. We trust each other. We understand how we're going to play, and just getting that experience throughout games and things. Practice can be helpful, but just getting thrown out there in the game and trusting each other fully. They understand how to get open for me. I understand where to put the ball for them. So it's just become a great relationship with those guys.
Mike, you mentioned gaining experience and trying to learn from your mistakes and such like that. What can Mikey Keene today tell Mikey Keene before the first start, what's one thing you could tell him that could probably have done a lot to improve your performance quicker?
Just limiting turnovers, honestly, and especially in third down situations, third and long situations. I had a tendency when I was first starting out against Navy and East Carolina to try and do too much on third down and long instead of taking the smart play, moving on to play the next down, and letting our defense get a stop and then getting the ball back and with good field position. But honestly, just limiting mistakes on third downs and just being efficient on third downs as well.
Do you feel the game's kind of slowed down for you, just throughout the starts that you've had?
Right. I mean, it's obviously going to slow down just as long as I keep going and getting these reps out there. So I just feel more comfortable with everything, and I've seen a lot more looks. I've gotten a lot more experiences. I've made a lot more mistakes. So I just can learn from all of those things, and it helps slow down the game. Yes, sir.
That was all set. Great, thanks.
Thanks, Mikey.
Thank you.
Thanks.